Good afternoon. This devotional is being recorded for Friday, March 22nd, 2024. Jesus is continually to be challenged. In today's passage, some Sadducees challenge him on the point of life after death. In Mark chapter 12, verses 18 through 27, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, second edition, says, "Then Jesus was approached by some Sadducees, religious leaders who say there is no resurrection from the dead. They posed this question: Teacher, Moses gave us a law that if a man dies, leaving a wife without children, his brother should marry the widow and have a child who will carry on the brother's name. Well, suppose there were 7 brothers. The oldest one married and then died without children. So the second brother married the widow, but he also passed without children. Then the third brother married her. This continued with all 7 of them, and still there were no children. Last of all, the woman also died. So tell us, whose wife will she be in the resurrection? For all 7 were married to her." Jesus replied, "Your mistake is that you don't know the scriptures and you don't know the power of God. For when the dead rise, they will neither marry nor be given in marriage. In this respect, they'll be like the angels in heaven. But now, as to whether the dead will be raised, haven't you ever read about this in the writings of Moses, in the story of the burning bush? Long after Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob had died, God said to Moses, 'I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob.' So he is the God of the living, not the dead. You have made a serious error." Wow. The Sadducees come in with this ridiculous straw man argument about a family with 7 sons, die one right after another, passing the wife between them like an old pair of socks. Then they said, "Now answer our quick question. Whose wife will she be in the resurrection?" And Jesus looks at these religious leaders and issues one of the most cutting remarks that he ever made. He said, "Your mistake is that you don't know the scriptures and you don't know the power of God." Terrible cutting remark for the religious leaders. You're ignorant of the scriptures. And even worse, you're ignorant of the power of God. He says in the resurrection, you're not worried about your marriage. They're like the angels in this matter. Now, it doesn't say that people who die become angels. That's bad thinking. He says, but in this particular matter, they're like the angels. Then he quotes from them Exodus 3 about the burning bush. One of the best known stories in the entire Old Testament, the calling and sending of Moses to go to Egypt and tell Pharaoh, "Let my people go." And they ignored that completely. And he reminded them that at that call experience, God said, "I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I am the God of the living and of the dead. There is life after death." And he just reminded them their very own scriptures that they are supposed to know taught this again and again and again. You've made a serious error. You've denied God. You've shown ignorance of the scriptures. And you've denied life after death. You're wrong, wrong, wrong. These people kept trying to trap Jesus. And he just simply, clearly used the scriptures again and again to expose them for the religious frauds that they were. I hope that this week, especially as we get ready for Easter, that you are looking forward to eternal life and that you have reserved your place in your eternal life, that you have made your peace with God and know that you are facing life everlasting. God bless you.